Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be here with you, getting into my sinking funds and savings tracker and closing this out for the month of February. Not a lot happened. I have two transactions. One of them was Orkin. Orkin did increase their amount that they had charged quarterly, and so I had to adjust for that. So I'm over budget in that. I will make that up in the month of March and do an adjustment, bring it back to zero, and then put what I need for that month and to go over, carry over for the next quarter going throughout the year. Car maintenance, I did use it to buy wiper blades. Wiper blades aren't cheap on a large vehicle, so that was two wiper blades at two different prices. They were $25 each and some change for tax, and I ordered them on Amazon, but they're amazing and they're doing well, so I'm happy about that. They survived the winter, ice and cold, and they're still working, so that is what I needed. So let's go ahead and find out what our totals are and close out the sinking funds for this month. Now, if you're not familiar with sinking funds and you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm excited to have you here. Sinking funds is just a way of putting a little bit of money aside for something that is a priority to you, and you fund it a little bit every month. Now, you can do what I do. I actually I don't round up or down. I try to round up as much as possible, but sometimes I have change and I'll just round it to the nearest penny. I don't mind doing that because I am transferring all this cash into one deposit into a savings account, because I typically, unless things go haywire, only pull out money and pay a credit card or my checking account, depending on where the money comes out from first. I transfer those funds when I need to. So for the most part, the money just goes in there and sits, and it sits and sits and sits. So I don't like using cash envelopes. I actually don't use cash. I don't even have a bank here that's mine. I use Navy Federal. I've had it for over 25 years, and I don't have one near me. I mean, the closest one is 2.5, maybe 3 hours away. So I'm so used to doing everything electronic and not using cash. This is the best way to do a sinking fund, just transferring funds online, and it works for me. You might want to use a cash envelope. You might want to use an app that looks like they have cash envelopes and transfer money like I do, or you can just write it on a piece of paper and track it here and just have one savings accounts to do it. So get a savings account that's the most you can get for savings that's easily transferred in and out. I use a money market account, and yeah, that's what we have right here. So starting at the first one is Amazon Prime. I had $50.24 saved, and I am adding $12.56, and so I am up to $62.80. Here, Apple 365. This is my Microsoft PowerPoint, Excel, Word, Note, whatever they have in that package deal, and I pay for it every December. I have it as a subscription through apple.com, and they just charge once a year for it. And it's been $69.95 or $99, something like that, for years now. So I just renew it every year because I use Excel daily. Sometimes I use Word and the others as well, but I definitely use Excel daily, and I prefer Excel over Sheets, so Google Sheets. So right now I have $12.38. That's because in December, that's when the charge came out and I paid it, so it went to zero, and then it's only been 2 months that I've funded. So that's why that's pretty low, but by the end of the year, it'll be fully funded, and then I start all over again. My sinking funds are perpetual. I never stop funding them. I make sure I have the right amount of money or just over what I need for an entire year, and when that transaction hits, I can pull all the money out. There might be some change left over, and then I start again. That's just how it works. I have $49 for Xander identity theft. Now, Norton came out in January, I think, and I had 71 cents left. So I'm going to add the 71 cents plus the $4.59. Now this will go up to Norton $5.30. It's only low because of the change that's already in there, and I can bring it to exactly what I need, and it works out fine that way. I could have done $5.30 and added the 71 cents and kept the change in there, but I just lowered it and it works out fine. So that gives me $5.30, and I'll do, I think it's $5.30 every month going forward. So we should be good to go. Next we have Canva. That is $100 now. It's $120 or $119 and some change for the Pro for the annual subscription, and mine hasn't changed yet, so we're still doing good there. I love using Canva. It's a lot of fun. The next thing I have is Epidemic Sound. That's the music you hear at the beginning of my videos and throughout. So I have 36 plus the 12, and that's 48. Now I'm negative here, so I'm going to start with the 16 because that's the positive number we're working with. I'm going to subtract the 80, there we go, to give myself a negative number. The reason I'm negative is I used the account and I borrowed from the account to pay for DoorDash back in December, and I owe myself $64. So I'm doing it in increments. Oops, $64. Writing on the coil is hard. And so going into the next month, by the time I hit May or June, it'll go into positive numbers, and then I'll keep doing 16. It's only $8 a month for the 109 annual, or no, 94, 96, $8 times 12, $96 a year. But because I prepaid it out of and borrowed against it, and then I had to pay myself back, I doubled the amount, and so halfway through the year, I've already paid off what I borrowed, and then the rest of the year, last 6 months of the year, I will build up enough to pay it again in December. We use them for delivery. We're in a rural area, so it's just easier to use DoorDash than it is to have other delivery options. So home maintenance, I had $44.20. I add $50. That's $94.20. And then Orkin, I had $94, and I'm adding $45.99. I thought it was going to be $139.99, which is what it was last year, and it bumped up to $155. So I was short $15.01. I'll make up that $15 next paycheck going into the month of March. So you'll see that in my March sinking funds. So minus the 155. I don't know why I did it. I already got it here. So that's where that number came from. $60 plus 20 is 80. And that is our propane. I will probably use this next month. I did had to order an extra propane fill up, and because the winter was so cold and we used our fireplace so much more, yeah, it was a thing. Oh, I skipped over trash. It was $30. No, I didn't skip over. That was the next thing. Oh, I don't know what I was talking about. So anyways, we had a second fill up of propane. Normally I only need it once in the fall, but this year we need it twice because we had so much snow and ice and trying to keep the house warm and all the stuff. It's crazy. Next month I'm going to explain a lot of crazy things, so look out for that. But I'll probably use this propane category next month and pay down what I had to buy here recently because I had to put it on my credit card for debt. So I didn't want to put it on my credit card for debt, and I don't have it fully funded yet, but yeah, I have to do that. Next was trash. I only had $30 deposit, and then we're good to go there. Car maintenance, I added $50. I took out $56.10. Those were the wiper blades, and that was $93.90. And then taxes and tags. These are for our vehicles. We have older vehicles. $168 plus the $20, and that gives me $188.78. This is where I had change left over from last year's taxes and tags, and then I took the number total that we spent last year on both of our vehicles divided by 12, and I came up with $20 a month to match it. So we have at least what we spent last year. Hopefully it stays low, it doesn't go up, but we will see. Tax prep, I'm going to be using this very soon. I got $220, and I will be seeing my guy in March and getting our taxes taken care of. Christmas, I have 200. I added 100, so it's 300. Christmas, birthday, going forward, I think I'm just going to call it gifts because it's just too much to write. And I did not get to put anything for escrow. I am going to try to do $50 next month for escrow. We had a under $500, I think, escrow shortfall. I'd like to have the cash to pay it off every year. So if I can budget $600 a year to go into this savings account and then pay whatever I need, then I think that would be the best thing to do, because I'm not always having the money on hand to actually pay the shortfall. And I prefer to pay it than dividing it by 12 and paying it over a year. So I don't like that. $14.30. We have not gotten dividends. I don't think we have enough in here to get the dividends, and that's okay. But that's where we're at there. And yeah, that's what we got. So I'm going to go ahead and total going across this way. And we're going to hope this number going down matches, and that will close out the sinking funds for this month. Okay, so totaling the numbers down matched what was going across. Somehow I skipped over doing that, so I went back and did that. $211.10 is what we actually spent out of the sinking funds savings account for the month of February. So that's closed, that's done. High yield savings, we earned $126.21. So total. Now I have one high yield savings, one number, but I do divide it into 3 sections. So I have $24,000 for our emergency fund. I have $9,000 for taxes because we did a Roth conversion, and then interest thus far since last June or July, I can't remember, $959.19, and we're going to add this number here. This is an account I really don't want to touch for a long time to come. I want it to build. The only thing I want to transfer over is what we have to have in taxes. So $959, sorry. Let's start that number over again. $33,959.19 plus the $126.21, and then $85.40. Oh, I put that in the wrong place. Whew, you guys are laughing at me. We had 0 taken out. And that equals the 30. Oops. I still can't write today. I'm doing 4 videos today. $34,085.40. There we go. That is that. This means I have over $1,000 worth of interest that was earned on this account. That is awesome. All right, so that's $1,085.40. There we go. Now I got it right. Hopefully don't keep messing up like this. So there we go. Sinking funds, savings tracker, they're all caught up. I know exactly where I'm at for the month of February and what we spent and what we earned, and I am happy with that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Have an amazing, blessed day. Bye.
You had me at hello, 'cause where you go is where I go. I don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too.